Hey guys, it's Rain, and for today's video, we are giving you the 18 upcoming open world games of 2019, all arranged by their release dates. Far Cry New Dawn. A new dawn will be rising. Far Cry 5's hope counts you with this latest installment to the award-winning first-person shooter. As the first direct sequel in a long while, fans are worried it might be a rehash of the previous title. However, Ubisoft Montreal assures a whole new experience with a jump to a future 17 years later. Now in Super Bloom, the post-apocalyptic open world is bright, colorful, and bigger than ever before. Aside from familiar faces, mechanics like knife takedowns, which were absent from the last game, are set to make a return. There's also going to be light RPG features, weapon crafting, as well as an expedition to add more variety to the gameplay. Coming this February 15th, 2019.
Encounter enemies out there who seem nearly impervious to your bullets. That's because weapons and vehicles now have ranks, and to craft better ones, you'll need to upgrade your workbench back at Prosperity. Not only does a rank 2 pistol pack more punch than even a level 1 machine gun, but higher ranked weapons also tend to include cool additions like scopes, silencers, and extra improvised appearances, so it's in your interest to start building a beefier arsenal as soon as possible. With help from recruited specialists and ethanol looted from outposts, you'll also be able to upgrade your selection of vehicles, explosives, health items, intel maps, and even your maximum.
Crackdown 3. Banking on their strengths of the world of pure, unadulterated destruction, the Crackdown series makes an explosive return. Putting Terry Crews at the center of the promotions, Crackdown 3 looks forward 10 years after the events of the last title and lets us explore a mysterious villain behind the new Providence terrorism. Mostly known for its destructible cloud-computed multiplayer mode, this open-world action shooter will also have a competitive campaign where you will take down crime bosses with your group of friends. Haunted by delay after delay, we're hoping it'll come out officially on February 15th.
You've got a gang of roughnecks looking for a fight.
Coming at ya! Boom shakalaka!
You're using those thrusters well. Good. They'll come in handy down the line.
Anthem. Slowly shedding off the bad rap, EA's Anthem is slowly growing on the once reluctant fanbase. Teaming up with Mass Effect's BioWare, this upcoming IP is more than just an answer to today's crop of online multiplayers. Aside from putting us in the fancy exosuits to fight in their futuristic arena, Anthem also offers a dynamic open world where players can jump into adventures with friends while keeping their own progress. You're also free to explore it alone if you like, of course. Armed with jetpacks, there's also some impressive things to see vertically in their free-to-play mode, where the arena is vast and full of bosses to take down. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on February 22nd.
The Fury hits incredibly hard and will regenerate itself. It will be important to keep moving and use cover or the bulwark point. Two things to remember: protect yourself and time your attacks to do maximum damage in bursts. The Storm is set up for maximum damage using elemental attacks like Lightning Strike and Flaming Orb. Its quickening field will reduce cooldowns within its perimeter, allowing everyone to use their offensive powers more often. Timing your ultimate attacks with your team will ensure enemies like the Fury won't have a chance to regenerate.
One Piece World Seeker. With over 800 chapters and still more coming, the world of Ichiro Oda's massively successful manga series is ripe for a video game adaptation. With a vast universe to translate, it's only proper to finally have an open world for fans to get lost in. Developed by Ganbarian, the action-adventure will follow the all-new adventures of the legendary Straw Hat Pirate and his crew around the living and breathing new world. Introducing two new characters in its political narrative, solve the Navy divide with the rubbery as ever Monkey D. Luffy by working a compromise between modernity and tradition. It's an ambitious trait for any fan of the One Piece universe. Looking a little bit undercooked in previous showcases, we hope it'll be fully baked once it comes out on March 15. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. With Ubisoft's latest look at the game, The Division 2 will see the virus spreading outward from Manhattan and onto a post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C. In a campaign running that's confirmed to be around 40 hours long, double that with that of the first game, there's sure to be a lot new content to dig into. And that's not even counting the story missions and the map upgrades to their dedicated PvP that will come with the post-launch DLC that comes absolutely free. Go out in 8-player raids at the 3 dark zones where you fight tooth and nail against other players and the infected. Making up for the mistakes of the past, it's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this March 15.
SHD agents against a team of 4 rogue agents across domination and skirmish game modes in 3 new maps located outside of the main story. These modes feature their own progression system, granting rewards that players can bring back in the main open world of The Division 2. In Domination, teams battle for control of 3 capture zones. Stay in the zone with your team, or perform special actions to keep scoring and deny the zone to the opposing team, using your skills and agent toolbox wisely. In Skirmish, each team aims at reducing the opposing team reinforcement to 0. This mode supports intense and highly tactical engagements where communication is the key to victory when aiming for the top of the leaderboard.
The Sinking City. Frogwares is jumping into our nightmares with this latest IP that explores a certain kind of madness inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's renowned tales of horror. Sending chills to our spines with their cinematic trailer, things don't look too impressive in the gameplay side of things, with awkward-looking facial expressions and clumsy walking animations. While their last Sherlock title didn't do well, Crimes and Punishments surely impressed upon the critics, and they're consistently making strides in terms of gameplay. With a rich source material to take from, we'll faithfully be chanting the ancient tentacled entity awake. Set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this March 21st.
It's really her! Proof! Where's my camera?
Come on, come to Granny, puppy dear. A stitch comes out, a stitch goes in, a nip of flesh, a tuck of skin.
Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. If there's one thing the series is known for other than their open world marvels, it's taking a look back to the past. This time, Ubisoft takes a look back at their own past with a remaster of their 2012 title, which lets us see the American Revolution through the eyes of a Native American assassin, Connor. Though a relative success in its time, the game was panned for locking out too many skills and mechanics early, a bit of a violation of its open world fundamentals. Now it returns with renewed visuals and tweaked mechanics, though they haven't quite specified which. Purchased together with the Odyssey Season Pass or a standalone title, it comes out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on March 2019. Shakedown Hawaii. From the creators of Retro City Rampage, V-Blank Entertainment comes with another fast-paced shoot-'em-up set 30 years after its spiritual predecessor. Showing off their mastery of the 16-bit art style, Shakedown Hawaii will have you on the other side of the criminal coin with a gameplay that's a bit like classic GTA. Without the technical limitations of the time, you'll be lured into the high-octane big business life, worming your way into property acquisition, shakedowns, and sabotage in interactive, pixel-fueled open-world environments. Finally, wrapping up development, look forward to arcade-free roaming on the PC, PS4, 3DS, Switch, and even the Vita this first quarter. DayZ. Bohemia Interactive may have been on the running for the longest early access game with a period of 5 long years. All that came to a close with their PC release last December. Starting as Dean Hall's Arma 2 mod, the standalone title takes us on a post-apocalyptic field trip to the fictional Chernows. The action survival game challenges us to weather the conditions of a zombie-ridden post-Soviet Republic nation. With a land area that spans 225 square kilometers, which is about the same size as Seattle, there's a lot of ground to cover for fighting, crafting, and survival. Not doing too well currently on the PC, it's set to release on the PS4 and Xbox One this first quarter. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This expansion/release packs everything you need to experience their world in full, from new acquisitions to additional equipment to all its DLCs, and the best news so far, it's finally coming to the Switch. Return to Bitter Black Isle and immerse yourself in the delights of their gritty, gorgeous open world. Explore along with your dedicated AI companions and partake in the gruesome kills using the game's dynamic combat system. It's action-adventure taken to the next level, placing you in the darkest dungeon and pitting you against the dark forces of the realm. It's a true definitive edition. It's set to release this April 23rd.
一人で全部倒してしまえ。遠慮は無用だ。
ほら来てるよ。やって。もう鼻が曲がる。さっさと終わらせよう。
Days Gone. After suffering from a delay just last year, the zombie genre isn't entirely dead this 2019. Another Sony exclusive, this action-adventure takes you to a post-apocalyptic open world where you survive from a horde of freakish creatures called the Freakers. Its gameplay footage shows an entire army of ghoulish freaks in large numbers. Players assume the role of Deacon St. John and his motorbike as he explores an infected city. Its open world features a dynamic weather and a day and night cycle, which opens new doors for the undead and humans to adapt. It comes out this 26th of April.
Goddamn freaks. What the hell are you doing? Get down.
Rage 2. Post-apocalyptic shooters are in the rage right now. Get it? Anyway, Avalanche Studios' sequel to their epic first-person shooter is all about creative destruction. Customize your own character in terms of gender, skills, and attire. Arm yourself with various firearms and tools to fight against crazy enemies. Set in a massive and barren open world, players control Walker as he freely explores the Mad Max-like land. Featuring vehicular combat, the game lets you drive any vehicle and use it to your advantage. Story-wise, it takes place 30 years after the original game, and it contains new and old characters. It comes out this 14th of May on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Get a bit of a boost today. Just like the doc said, authority units. That'll be a problem. Holy shit! Oh, hell yeah!
Shenmue 3. After a successful Kickstarter campaign, the Shenmue series finds new life in a whole new generation. Shenmue 3 will be a fantastic romp through their nostalgic and of-the-century roots. Once one of the most expensive video games ever developed and winning a few greatest video games of all time nods, Shenmue maintained a cult following with its large environments, details, and choices, hallmarks of today's open-world obsession. With technology finally catching up to the series though, there isn't much in the way of visual changes in the third entry. Still, it's the perfect chance for longtime fans just waiting to jump back into the shoes of Ryo Hazuki as he wanders into Chinese forests to avenge his father. It's finally coming out this August 27, 2019. BIOMUTANT. Swedish studio Experiments 101's post-apocalyptic kung fu fable is something we didn't expect we'd be hyped for. Putting a martial arts raccoon-like creature in center stage, BIOMUTANT revolves around exploring a storybook-like open world where various mutants are common and even welcome. As an action RPG, players will get to customize their character's appearance and attributes. One of the foremost goals of the studio is to combine shooting, melee skills, and other abilities in a seamless and intuitive way. It's set to release this summer 2019 on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
Neutralized.
Code Vein. How could we forget about the Souls-like JRPG from Bandai Namco? Just like most JRPG story, the world as we know it no longer exists. Humanity is at its most vulnerable and all the world is in need for heroes called the Vein. These empowered humans use the blood of their enemies to satisfy their hunger and unlock their hidden potential. Fend off ferocious monsters with your bloodthirst and team up with friends in a grotesque quest to the ends of the earth. Save humanity from its imminent doom. It comes out sometime this 2019 on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Dragon Quest Builders 2. The spin-off to Square's epic Dragon Quest JRPG gets a brand new sequel. Rebuild a new world in a voxel-like universe. According to sources, it will feature stuff not present during the first game, including slopes, waterfalls, and underwater swimming. Traditional features include a new hang glider to traverse places quickly. Not only did they completely refine their RPG and exploration formula, its fresh new multiplayer feature lets you enjoy your time surviving with your friends and rebuild this magical world. It's coming out sometime this 2019 on the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. Cat Quest 2, the sequel to the fast-paced open-world action RPG where it rains cats and dogs. Assume the roles of these feline and canine heroes as they journey around the massive world filled with monsters, dungeons, and epic quests. In this grand 2D adventure, the overworld map is yours for the taking. For a game inspired by RPG classics like Zelda, Final Fantasy, and Skyrim, it's offering so much magical content in the disguise of adorable animals. It's set to release sometime this 2019 on the PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. The Surge 2. An action RPG from Deck 13, which is the second entry to their franchise. Set in a world ravaged by war and global warming, create your own character as you explore around its desolate remains in a massive semi-open world adventure. The game's unique features lie in its exosuit configurations. Develop your own power armor to overwhelm your enemies with impressive technological upgrades. It's slowly turning up to be better than the first game, fixing most of the issues that plagued the original. No release date yet, but it's slated for a 2019 release on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And those are the 18 upcoming open world games of 2019. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to become a certified What To player. See you next time!